Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to talk about a JRPG potentially being leaked for PC, one that I am actually pretty excited about in Shin Megami Tensei 3 Remastered. Kind of crazy that we're seeing, just the paradigm shift over the last 10 years of, a JRPG like this coming to PC, which I would not have thought would be the case 10 years ago, but kind of a great place to be if you're a PC gamer and you're playing JRPGs. We'll talk about that, and also Forspoken, formerly known as Project Athea, coming to PlayStation 5 and PC at sometime in 2022. Don't have an exact release date, but we'll talk that in just a little bit. But first of all, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Remaster has been rated for PC by PEGI and ESRB 99.999% of the times. This does ultimately mean that the game is coming to PC or whatever platform it's been rated for, so that is exciting to see. Now, this is a JRPG that originally came out back on the PlayStation 2. I still have a physical copy of this game, at least I think I do. Definitely somewhere on my shelf. And it's a relatively challenging game, but this is one that's a cult classic and people absolutely love, the people that played it, that is. So excited to see this one get a second wind and a second opportunity to gain some more fans, because I think nowadays this is going to be a game that people are going to have their eyes on versus when it originally came out in 2004, 2005. And again, a game like this coming to PC is so wild, because I remember 10 years ago when we first started hearing about PC getting JRPGs. I want to say 2012, 2013, 2014 is when the tales of games started to come to PC. And then Final Fantasy 13 dropped on PC, and then more and more JRPGs started coming to PC, and now you get pretty much all of them except a couple here and there, like the FF7 remake. Sony struck a deal with Square Enix for that. FF16, that's going to be the same case. Persona 5 inexplicably is not on PC yet, but Persona 4 Golden is, so making progress, and now we're getting SMT3 HD Remaster on PC as well, so that's really cool to see. At least if the ratings board listing does lead to the game coming to PC, which again, 99.9% of the times that is the case. Would love to see other SMT titles make their way over to PC as well. There's a plethora of games that Atlus and Sega can bring to the PC, and I think they would do pretty well. If they're good PC ports, they don't even have to be blow-away PC ports, but just good working PC ports priced accordingly. Games like this are going to do well, especially because the relatively low undertaking one would have to assume to get a game like this just on PC versus, ground up making a brand new JRPG. So let's hope to see more of that in the future. And by the way, the release date is rumored to be May 25th. We'll see if that comes to fruition as well. But that would be right around the corner, but who knows if the PC version's coming out after the PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch version, so that is still a little bit in a flux. Speaking of Japanese RPGs, a publisher that is well known for their JRPG outings is Square Enix, but Forspoken is a brand new narrative-driven action-adventure game being done by Luminous Productions, the guys that brought you Final Fantasy 15, and that might be exciting to some people. To me, it's a little bit worrying, because I was not a big fan of Final Fantasy 15, but it is coming to PlayStation 5 and PC. It seems like a lot of the attention is around that this game is on the PlayStation 5, but no, it's coming to PC as well, and seemingly day and day. They revealed a lot about the game, not a ton of information, but a good bit of information. The lead actress and some tidbits about the game, the fact it is coming in 2020, and we got some gameplay of the game. The game looks stunning. I do question whether or not this is going to be a super, I'm looking at the trailer right now. I question whether or not it's going to be, a super alive open world, or if it's going to be a bit of a barren wasteland. We'll see how that ultimately turns out. It's a game that, obviously, from a visual standpoint, looks stunning based on what we are seeing thus far. You don't want to push the cart before the horse whenever you talk about games and their visuals, but the trailer does make this game out to be a very, very visually pleasing game, and hopefully it does turn out to be something remarkable. Again, PS5 and PC only labeled as PC. I imagine there are some internal talks regarding on exclusivity. You'd have to be foolish if you don't think that publishers are all having conversations about making their games have some sort of exclusivity agreement. Forspoken's not coming out on the Xbox Series or Xbox One, obviously not on the X1, but Xbox Series X for a reason. It is a timed exclusive on PlayStation 5 and PC. You would have to think at some point it would come to Xbox Series, but Square Enix already had those conversations with Sony to have this game be a console exclusive on the PS5. I would imagine they're having conversations with Epic Games Store, or at least open to the idea and having conversations. I think every publisher is having conversations like that. It's just, whether or not a deal gets done. But that's going to wrap up this one. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. SMT3, maybe not the JRPG that everybody knows for it being super well renowned and being a game that really hit the mainstream back in the mid-2000s, but I'm excited for it getting a second wind, and Forspoken coming to PS5 and PC 22. Gonna be an interesting title, man. Luminous Productions, this could be their breaking out party, or, if this game's not good, that would bode very, very bad things for Luminous, but I think it's gonna be something at least relatively good. Let's hope for the best in 22. That's going to wrap up this one. If you guys have a request for a future video, let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.